The Truro and Penwith College Business Centre provides a range of part-time higher education qualifications to support those in employment looking for new skills and those seeking to return to work by learning new skills. The centre also provides business advice and support to local businesses in all areas of business planning, including obtaining finance, marketing and IT skills. To this end, a range of business skills seminars cover a variety of topics specifically tailored to aid advancement in the business world. The Business Centre also plays host to Cornwall Business Club, holding regular networking and seminar events where business professionals can meet others, share information and make valuable contacts.
Well, I started life out as a psychologist, and then I moved quite quickly into graphic design, which some say is a little bit of a left-centred move, but really it seemed to be a natural move for me because design is all about communication with people and what have you. So then I sort of went into the digital realm and started to really encapsulate the user experience in the digital side. And from that we came down to Cornwall from Bristol, started at Gendall Design, where I'm the digital director currently, and also chair of the Cornwall Design Forum.
I am very, very excited to be able to introduce our guest speaker this evening, Mr. Paul Davies.
Hello, good evening. Well, thank you very much for coming along this evening, and thank you for the team here for asking me along. I hope it's going to be entertaining. I've tried to keep it kind of light-hearted, trying to keep it inspirational for you, and obviously I'm talking about the future of digital communication. So really I want you to go away tonight quite inspired and to talk to people about what you can be doing in your business. And I was going to start the evening off with a question, and I actually changed my mind, and actually I'm going to start the evening off with an answer. And the answer is 5,000 days. Does anyone here want to guess what the question might be that the answer is 5,000 days? The World Wide Web, as we know it, is actually only 5,000 days old. I'll let you work out how many sort of years that is in your own head.
What is the main message you want to put across to these businesses here tonight?
Really, is how they can really benefit from the online world. And we all tend to look at the online world as websites at the moment, but it's taking it a little bit step further and what the next steps are. And I think that's what I want to do, is try and inspire people about what the next steps of online and the World Wide Web is going to give business and how they can get a real benefit from that. And I think if I went away today just inspired about what they can do with their business, that would be a really good thing for me. Because if I stood here 5,000 days ago and tried to tell you that all of this stuff was going to happen, you thought I was mental. And actually, what I'm going to do now could start to prove that I'm mental, because I'm going to start talking about that next 5,000 days. I'm going to start, and I'm going to start to do it, and I start to look at the things that are already changing the face of the web today. Now, in my mind, there are two sort of factors that are doing this. One is the advances in technology. Our computers are getting faster, our computers are getting smaller. Moore's law is now coming into effect more than ever. And our speed of our broadband, something quite prescient for where we are, and our next generation broadband just around the corner, is getting faster and faster. But there are some people out there that says that the technology is dragging us through this, and it's the technology that's leading it. It isn't. The second thing is really our attitude towards sharing our data is changing. We're getting at ease with what we're doing a lot more. And really we're happier to share our information with this World Wide Web, and with the speed and the technology come along with us, that's where the future's going.
Why is digital innovation so important to businesses today?
It just tends to be where things are going these days. I mean, most people now have a website and they understand that that's just a place to put their brochure and their online information. I think digital innovation is all about giving a service online and actually making the online resource useful for people. And that's where it's going, and that's what a lot of businesses don't yet understand. And so that's why I'm here tonight. Harvard University took the idea when they were planning their new campus, quite relevant, I think, for where we are today in this lovely new building, and started to go, well, we're going to put it into Second Life first before we build it. So the campus, the Elston campus, has been taken, and people were allowed to actually walk around the new campus. And they got data from that they would never have got until they actually built it. Things like the buildings were actually too high and covering up the lake, and then there's the shade coming through where people picnicked all through the summer was going to cause a real distress. You couldn't get that until you started to get people in the feedback doing it.
How can businesses embrace and use digital innovation for maximum benefit?
Well, the first thing they can do really is just to realise the amount of online channels of communication that are out there now, who are using those channels of communication in their everyday lives. And it's a very simple affair to start getting into social media, and a very cheap and economic affair for a lot of people if they're using it correctly. And that's where you can start looking at businesses and design businesses and go in and help them and just get the benefit and get the return on their investment on these types of things. So first of all, identifying those channels and then really embracing those channels to start getting the communication with their customers online will be the first thing that businesses can do. Facebook, businesses are starting to use Facebook and finding the effect of it. Twitter, it's not just the kids that are using it. The figures coming out are showing that it's more the people between 25 and 35 that use Twitter, and businesses are starting to see an effect of what it's doing. LinkedIn, obviously for businesses, the networking online. Places like this and events like this are great to get to know each other and get to meet each other, but you can actually start to share your information much, much more as you do it.
Why do you think events like this are so beneficial for local businesses?
Especially in Cornwall, where we're quite a big community spread over a large space, but it's amazing how often we don't get to talk to each other. And when businesses like this can get together, really start having a chat and find out what each other are doing, and that's when you really start to realise how much talent we have in Cornwall, and we don't need to go outside the county for many things. Taking it that next step further, I'm going to take you a certain way, and I will bring it back down to Cornwall, but augmented reality. Now, some of you may have heard the term. It's been out in the papers quite a lot at the moment. A lot of people are using augmented reality as marketing gimmicks. Something we're starting to look at quite locally for a project we're doing in Truro at the moment for the historical project. People always say, why is there open water in the streets in Truro? How do they find out about it? There's no signs, and you see people just going, this is weird. They can get their cameras out and start to do this and get the information about the place they are in much more at their fingertips.
What are you hoping to achieve from this evening, Paul?
If I left tonight and a lot of people just came, I didn't realise that, and I need to think about the things that my business are doing in order to get a benefit. I'll just be really happy with that. I think just an inspirational talk about where people are going on their business would make me very happy. So really, I think we're in the same position we were possibly around the turn of the century last time, where they said everything that can be invented has been invented. We're kind of proficient with the online world and go, God, yeah, it's there. It's quite exciting, isn't it, Brill? I think we're just beginning. It's just got there. And actually the next 5,000 days and the next 10,000 days are going to be immense. We're not going to understand the things that are going to go on, but we have to be there now. And businesses have to start thinking of the different channels that are out there and how they can start using them. And I think if there was one thing I'd like you to go away with tonight, it's back to Kevin Kelly again, in that we have to get better at believing the impossible. I would really like to stand here again in 5,000 days and tell you about all the stuff that's been going on, and I hope I get the chance to do so. And I hope some of you will go away tonight and start thinking about how your businesses, whether they're product-led, service-led, can start looking at this online world not as a place just to put your brochure, but actually a place to start talking about your services and putting your services and products online in a very, very useful way for people.